Australia is known for having the most insane creatures and animals around. You'll find things there you didn't even know existed. You'd really have to be very brave and courageous to go into the waters surrounding the country, considering all of the terrifying animals that don't seem to be too fond of humans. One brave scuba diver managed to capture the exact moment that he came face to face with a mermaid while observing a group of fish. The video starts off pretty normal as all sorts of different fish swim past the camera and you can only hear the sounds of the water. But at one point the fish look to start to swim around quite frantically as if there is some sort of impending danger approaching. My first assumption when watching is that probably a shark is on the way or close by, which would explain the fish moving out of the way. But the video takes a surprising turn when a mermaid swims past the camera. While some people tried to suggest that it may have been a person wearing a mermaid tail, others were quick to point out that the creature was not swimming like a human and was moving incredibly fast. The comment section on YouTube is filled with some people believing it's a human in a suit and some believing it's actually a mermaid. Real or not though, it seems everyone agreed on one thing: the video is super cool and the sound of the water is insanely satisfying. Photos of a creature resembling a mermaid alien washed ashore on an Australian beach, and it has the internet going crazy trying to figure out what the creature could possibly be. But lots of people are saying it has to be a mermaid. Photographs of the strange looking skeleton were first shared on Facebook by Bobby Lee Oates, who spotted it washed ashore on Capel Sands in Queensland while on a walk. Now, Bobby Lee explained that she was stumped as she couldn't tell if the decomposing remains were human or an entirely new species. She said, "We were driving along the beach looking for a campsite and we couldn't help but notice how much the skull looked to be in the shape of a human's. So we instantly stopped from the confusion as to what the heck this could be and why does this look like a human skull." The pictures circulating online show a very elongated bone structure with a spinal cord and ribcage and a human-looking skull with a long jaw. Further describing the remains found that many have dubbed mermaid bones, Bobby Lee told the New York Post that the body was about 6 feet long and had what resembled a tail or some sort of limb. She posted the photos on Facebook for clarity on what she found, but it just caused more mystery. This short, terrifying video that has surfaced online shows what looks to be a mermaid, or maybe merman, propped up on a barrier beside the water. This one doesn't look like a mermaid we have all been taught to think one should look like. This one is, for lack of better words, ugly and quite scary looking. Now in the video you can see it upright and it actually casts a shadow. The thing that makes this video so convincing is that it does absolutely not look like a human wearing a costume, and the way it dives into the water looks so interestingly different, almost in a way where no diver could actually achieve that. It's probably the creepiest mermaid video I've ever seen. The face is terrifying, the way it's moving is scary, and honestly if I saw that in person I'd likely run. In this footage you can see a mermaid jumping and leaping almost as if to blend in with the dolphins that are beside it. It's like the mermaid didn't want to be detected and therefore thought blending in with the dolphins swimming would make it go undetected. Well, unfortunately for the mermaid, but fortunately for us, whoever caught this amazing footage did recognize that one of those fishes, weren't the same as the other and thought quick enough to pull out either their phone or camera to record it for all of us to see. It looks like a mermaid to me and definitely stands out from the rest of the dolphins beside it. Crikey, these mermaids from Australia caught on camera will have you not wanting to go down under. This mermaid video is interesting because it comes with like two parts. First, a woman who uploaded a picture of what appears to be a mermaid's decaying body is lying on the beach, and she captioned it saying it literally has human hands. And what we see is hands that do in fact look like human hands, laying there lifeless but with some long yellow nails. That girl needed some milk. Anyway, she then shows a picture of the spine and it's curved, and yeah, it looks like a mermaid, right? So of course people came for her and was like, girl, if you come across something like this on the beach, there's no way that you're just gonna take photos. Like, why is there no video footage? Blah, blah, blah. Well, the TikToker came with receipts because she then did a follow-up video that showed a video she took of it basically showing, her bright hot pink nails as evidence that it was her who filmed that footage. Now in the video, you can actually see her lifting the mermaid's arm with a stick and moving it around. It's honestly really convincing to me, to be honest, but what do you guys think? This Australian mermaid video is absolutely captivating. Scuba diving is one of the best ways to observe, some of the world's most incredible creatures, and Australia is filled with all sorts of interesting wildlife. While the country is filled with different kinds of sharks and squids, it sounds like it might also be a home to mermaids. One scuba diver in Australia accidentally proved this to the world when he unknowingly captured an actual mermaid right before his own eyes. The video starts off like any other diving trip. There's a huge collection of fish swimming around, and all you can hear are kind of bubbles and rushing water. Now, in the blink of an eye, everything changes. The fish seemingly start to panic before a massive mermaid goes swimming right past the camera, leaving the diver in a state of shock. While the diver probably wasn't intending to go looking for mermaids, he managed to have the encounter of a lifetime. Of course, there were a lot of doubters who believed the mermaid was simply a person just in a costume, but many others were quick to defend the video. They argued that it did not swim like a human, and there was no person on Earth who could swim as fast as this suspected mermaid. Footage that seems to have been captured using a drone has been circulating online. It appears to be in the Indian Ocean in Australia, and it is quite attention grabbing. In the video, you can actually see a figure swimming deep within the water, and the movements as well as the way the water moves and the waves get created from the flow is honestly quite fascinating. Although it's uncertain as to who owns this footage and whether what we're looking at is a mermaid or not, many people who have watched it are undoubtedly convinced that what we're seeing is in fact a mermaid. Australia is a hotspot for mermaid sightings, so it wouldn't surprise me if they were living deep within the Indian Ocean or any other seas, as many have been said to have spotted, a lot near the Great Barrier Reef. A very creepy face of what appears to be a mermaid was spotted in a cave in Australia. It is said to have been seen in Lake Cave, which is found in the Margaret River region of Western Australia, and Lake Cave is actually known for its beautiful crystal formations and a serene lake within the cave. But now, just maybe, let's add mermaids to that list, shall we? Now, someone who was there, presumably in the water, seemed to have captured footage of a face staring from within the cave looking right at them. There's no jump scare with this, but it kind of feels like one when you zoom in and actually see what's looking at you. The face looks almost human-like, but also kind of like a monster. It's hard to explain, but look for yourself and depict it how you wish. Now, it's quite a sight to see, a terrifying one at that, and I feel like the more you look at it, the more details you see, so give it a rewind a few times to catch something new, and let me know what you think. A mermaid swimming in the water has stunned viewers online. A video posted online from an anonymous person shows what appears to be a mermaid flowing and swimming ever so smoothly beneath the water. Some people pointed out that it was swimming quite slowly, however, and that might mean, fatigue, or that it might not be a mermaid at all. But based on what I'm seeing though, it clearly has all the characteristics of an actual mermaid. But of course, I can't be certain without seeing it in the flesh with my own two eyes. Now, whoever was filming does seem to be close to it and got pretty decent footage of it in the water. It almost looks like they are maybe a foot or two away from it. Kind of makes you wish they would jump in and try to get its attention more. What do you guys think though? Let me know. Thanks for watching. I'm your host Ashley. I'll see you later.